Okay, let me clear some stuff out of the way here. And we are live. I see the clock ticking. And we will start. See what session, what part is this? This is part 11. And game-wise, it's June 16th, 1815, 4 p.m., which is turn 9 out of 36 turns. It's a French movement, and let me get the jump map here and go to Quatre Bras. So I think I've moved most of this stuff. Oh, apparently not all of it. Okay, let me get rid of the objectives. I don't care about those. I've got my own objectives. Put map elevations in. And let's see here. What can move? Well, this one's got 10 movement points. Good. This one's all set, all set. This can go 5, but it's okay because it's in line. Now, this battalion is in square. All 3 of Merlin's brigade's cavalry regiments are disordered, which means I really don't have to be afraid of them for a while. Now, I wonder... This guy's disordered back here. There goes the furnace. Cold again today. I just put out the garbage. But it is only March. I wonder if this squares can move 1 hex. I wonder if it can move forward to the crossroads. Let's see. No. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it out of square. It goes into column. And then I'm going to go... I can't go in the line. I don't have enough movement points. Well, I'll do that next time. Okay, this artillery can move 8. But it doesn't have enough movement to move up there. This guy can move up. I might as well. This guy's in column, but he hasn't got any movement to change in the line. Neither does this guy. This guy's in column. This guy's in column. Okay, let me move my disordered guy back a little. Now, I'll move this battalion up in his place, so I have an undisordered unit in reserve. Okay, that's pretty good. I think I've moved all of this stuff, but it looks like I forgot to move a couple units. These 2 guys are charging the artillery. That's good. These guys have him surrounded. First Corps Cavalry is up. That's moved. First Corps Infantry is coming up. Okay. So let's take the jump map and go over to Ligny. Let's see if we've got anything to move. Cavalry still has the crossroads. These guys are moving up around it. Artillery's moving up to the hill to fire. Closing in on these skirmishers here. I think everything's moved. Let me just check down the road here. Movement 10. Oh, this stuff hasn't moved, huh? So I wasn't done moving. You see. Oh, this hasn't moved. I must have just moved on the periphery here. Yeah, this stuff hasn't moved, which is great. Now I can move up here. Excellent. Let's see, all this stuff is moved. Yep, okay, so get a little supply up here in case we need it. There's certainly going to be an upcoming battle, and we've got a cavalry regiment coming up here, which would be most useful. Now, where's the other cavalry? Where are those guys? Oh, one of them's here. Okay, that's 2 out of 3. Third one's with the battery. Okay. So got one on the flank here. Prussians, looks like, except for these 2 cavalry regiments, they've just got some infantry and skirmishers around there. Okay. Alright. Just wanted to make sure I know where those are. It's my only cavalry on this front. Too bad Napoleon placed all of the cavalry on his right flank. It would have been much better if it was on their left, the left flank. I wish for the Battle of Ligny I got to deploy the army. That would be great. I'd do the deployment a lot different. But it is what it is. Let's take some more supply here. Might as well bring it up so we have it available, since I think the road is going to be empty for a while. There's a gap between the next bunch of units, so we'll just bring all this supply up. Oh, I looked up the road of retreat for the Prussians to Wavre. Guess what? This was one of the roads right here. In fact, one of the main roads, which I already hold. And the other one going north is here. And then, where was that? Sambre. Bref, I don't know. So it was this road, which is our objective. And then this road right here. Well, I guess and I think they might have gone up this road. So 2 of the 3 I've blocked, and I'm after the third one. as my objective. So we would have to see if they had to use the fourth one, if they'd even arrive on the Waterloo battlefield, because it takes them away quite a distance in the opposite direction before they can weave back. So I intend to play after this the Waterloo Wavre battles, and it may be the Prussians don't arrive. So that'll be fun playing the French. Well, back to business here. Okay, so I think I can open up on these guys. That's moved as much as it can. I'm going to move this guy around. Looks like our major threat is up here, so that's all I can move. Okay, so all that's taken care of. Oop. Oh, got a bunch of leaders here. All of our leaders. We'll keep them out in front. Oop. That's our next batch of units coming up. It's all a race at this point. If the French can get enough units off of the Prussian left flank to initiate an attack, or are the Prussians going to, probably the Prussians are going to be deploying against them in force, because now they realize that the French are showing up on their rear, and so I would think finally they'd be reacting. And since I don't see any pursuit against the French right wing, which is moving along this road, I'm assuming they're not going to pursue, but we'll see. With the fog of war, I don't know for sure whether they're moving north, but I have to assume they are, because it'll be a huge mistake if they're not. The French will be concentrating overwhelming force. I think the French have enough up there now to hold on if there was a severe Prussian counterattack, but just barely. But their situation will be improving momentarily because all these units will be joining them. Along we go. Okay, come on. Maybe this clicker on this mouse is malfunctioning. I may have to substitute another mouse for it. So I've been clicking this a lot lately. Oh. Okay. So I'm exactly 1/4 through the turns for this scenario. It's not bad. When I'm halfway through, we'll certainly be involved in some heavy fighting in the Prussian rear, which will give me 18 turns to resolve the issue, which is going to be enough. I just need to cut those roads going north for a strategic success. And if I can totally defeat the British, basically Napoleon's campaign would be won, because the British will be too weak to hold at Waterloo. So they'll probably head for the coast and abandon the campaign, and the Prussians will be headed for Prussia. So it would be an overwhelming victory for Napoleon. He'll just go into Belgium, and then the Belgians will join up with France again, Belgium and Netherlands. And then Napoleon would head east, probably towards Russia and Prussia, for another go at those guys. So I think that's a very real possibility here. We may have a double strategic victory. Actually, historically, Napoleon's victory against the Prussians at Ligny was just a tactical victory, because they were able to successfully withdraw off the battlefield and decisively intervene in saving the British army. So you can't say that was any kind of a strategic. That was actually a strategic defeat for Napoleon, although it was a tactical victory. But my hope is in this battle, it's going to be a tactical defeat for the Prussians as well as a strategic one, because they aren't going to be going up to Belgium to save the British bacon, or in Waterloo. But then the British may not go to Waterloo anyway, because if they get whipped badly, they're not going to go to Waterloo. Jesus, they wouldn't even have enough units to hold that area. They're going to go to the coast, which is in the opposite direction, and evacuate, which is why Wellington placed about 1/3 of his army covering his retreat route, just in case things went bad. So he was all set to evacuate, and had the need arose, he would have successfully made his escape. Oh, here's all the cavalry I need on the other flank. All sitting on the right flank, which is relatively worthless. A worthless area for their deployment. Okay, what am I doing here? Now finally these units on the French right flank will be out of harm's way. Look at that. Did not lose a unit. That was a pretty significant withdrawal. Almost done here finally. Let's make sure there's no units left behind. We're good. This still hasn't clarified up here what he's up to. Is he going to advance on me? This looks more overpowering than it is because I'm across a stream here, and he either has to try to move around me, which is going to take a while. In that case, this cavalry will come up through here, or he's going to, I don't know what he'll do, try to cross this river over here, because without cavalry, he can't melee me, which means he can't dislodge me. I still don't know what he's going to do. He's been building up some units here, but it doesn't seem like they're enough to force an issue down here. Maybe he's just huffing and puffing, afraid that I'll attack him. If that's the case, that's not going to happen. What happened up here, all this is... I feel tempted to go up here and see if anything's in here, but I don't. That's not going to help me. I don't want to battle there. So I'd rather he come out on open ground, and I'll be happier to fight him there. Now let's see where the 6th Corps is. Well, I guess I could come up along this road and connect up here. If I go this way, I'm on a turnpike, which is good, but then either here or here I have to go to a path. Oh no, this turnpike connects with the road. Okay, so I'll go up the turnpike and just wait here until the rest of this wing passes by. That'll be better. So that's what I meant before when I forgot to move this for 4 turns. It's not going to make a difference because I still have to wait for the French right wing to pass by. If I would have forgot about it for 3 or 4 more turns, then that would have been a problem. But I remember just in the nick of time. They're right up almost again. I will be next turn right up against that road. And then I'll start marching them around to the French left. I'll take this 1 supply unit with me. It's always good to have 1. I've never really had the artillery run out of ammunition, even though I've fired some of those batteries a lot. But the infantry frequently runs out of ammunition. A couple times I remember I only fired once with the unit and ran out of ammo. I suppose you can say, well, they didn't load up with enough ammo or some excuse. So I have a feeling there's a randomizer die roll, and it just came up on the number which indicated ammo depletion, even though the unit hadn't been firing for long. Its ammo still depleted. That's why the water was good. That's why the AI in this game, I think, makes a big mistake, because they keep firing off their units at the drop of a hat, even though, they only get one casualty. They always fire off their skirmishers and even their line units or even their units when they're in column. And you don't get many you don't inflict many casualties if you're in column, and most times I don't even bother to fire the units in column unless it's some critical situation, because it generates so few casualties. But then I think you generate a system die roll for ammunition depletion. So the more often you fire, the more likely you're going to get depleted. And what are you getting depleted for? Causing one casualty? It's not worth it. So they should really, the AI should follow the same rule I do. Basically, don't fire with skirmishers unless absolutely necessary, and don't fire with units in column unless it's absolutely necessary. But who am I to give advice to a robot? They're probably going to take over the world and then figure out they don't need humans anymore, so they'll get rid of them. Fortunately, I'll be gone from this planet, and I won't have to worry about it, but somebody else will. I like on YouTube videos where the news robots, and it's a robot because they mispronounce names all the time, and it's funny at times where they'll be talking about the U.S., and they'll pronounce it us. I mean, yeah, it's spelled U.S., but it means United States, not us. But the robots give themselves names, like I'm Elizabeth. It's like it's human. It's not a person. It's an it, and it should be like robot number one. I'm robot number one, or yeah, I mean, they really shouldn't give robots names. Well, I guess they give dogs names like Fluffy and Woofy. But they should identify themselves as robots. But the poor newscasters, they're going to be all out of business. They're just talking parrots anyway. Someone hands them a piece of paper with what they're supposed to say, and then they squawk it out like a parrot. A robot can do that. In fact, it is doing it in at least one news channel. They just give the robot the piece of paper, and it interprets the words. Unfortunately, its translation isn't the best sometimes, because it doesn't understand the finer distinction between things. Like when you're talking about the United States, U.S. doesn't mean us. But then I've seen a lot of newscasters that are the same. So in that regard, a robot is not inferior to one of those dummy newscasters, because they're just as stupid. Okay, I've got one unit here. Let's see if we can make the road. Okay. So everybody's pretty much closed up. Another move, and they'll be totally closed up, ready for movement. What do we got here? I'd say we got 3, maybe 4 more moves before the French right wing clears this junction down here, so they've arrived in plenty of time. So the plan is to move this French right wing through here, and then the 6th Corps through here, and then finally the Guard. Wow, the artillery park is really nice with the Guard. You get a lot of artillery with that formation. Okay, I do believe that is the movement. Now let me go to the big picture here, and let's see, should be Allied defensive fire. Let's see where they're going to fire. They fired up here, got 4 men, got 1 man there. Oh, 19. Oh, that's that artillery battery, no wonder. 3 men there, 2 men there, 2 men there, low casualties for me. 3 there, 4 there. No effect there. 2 men, minor casualties. 5 men, 2 men. That's it. Okay, now it's my turn. Where am I here? Oh, no wonder I didn't recognize it. It's Wagnallee. I'm on the Ligny battlefield. Let me switch. I'll call up the jump map here and then transport myself to Quatre Bras. Let me do my firing here. Now, we've got this cavalry unit here. Let's see if I can pound it. So this unit up here is in line. 12 men, okay. 5, oh, that's kind of crappy. 16, that's decent. 3 men, okay. We started to pound him. That's in column. Oh, I can't even fire on this guy. I've got nobody on him. These guys are in column, so I'm not even going to bother to fire. Well, this, hopefully I remember to take out this supply unit in melee. Okay, here's my, this is a charge. This 1 unit only is charging. Which unit did he fire on? Well, the charging unit is not disrupted, so that's good. He didn't fire on him, I guess. Okay, now these lousy skirmishers. Let's see if I can... Like I said, it's hard to kill skirmishers, but I got a lot of firepower now. 3 men. 37. Oh, okay. Now they're getting it. 21. Okay, how do you like that, boys? 1 man. Jesus. Oh, he's in column. Well, I got to put him in line next time. Well, they did pretty good, though. Okay, we'll give them some cannonballs here. Let's see how they like that. 9 men. 8 men. That's not real good. Got two columns and squares. Well, I'll keep pounding them. Nothing here, nothing here. So that's it for Quatre Bras. Let's go to the jump map and we'll transport over here. These 2 batteries aren't set up yet. This one is, but no one to fire at. Oh, this one's set up, so let's see if I can blast these guys. We've got 2 columns here. Let's take them under fire. Ah, shit. I can't see them. The crops must be high there. What a pity. Let's see if I've got anything else down here. Well, this guy's still hanging around. I don't know why he's hanging around. Disordered. So I'll give him a blast. 14 men, not bad. 14 casualties. Only 6 more, but 20. I should get a supply unit up there. Oh, here's one right here. I'll have to move them up the road. I don't want those 2 guys running out of ammo. And that's it. Okay, let me change the scale. Next, French melee. Oh, I do have some melee in Quatre Bras. Let me go to the jump map. Okay, first of all is this artillery. It's only 3 guns. Attacker advantage, that's good. Let's see what happens. I blew it away. All that's left is the flag. Oh, Jesus, it's the 2nd Netherlands Division and the 1st Army Corps. Prince of Orange was sitting on that battery. Why would they do that? Well, let's see if I can continue the charge. I can. Well, so what that means is I can charge something else that my arrow is pointed to, automatic victory. Resolve melee. So I overrun and kill those 2 guys. Christ, the Prince of Orange, who's in charge of the battlefield in Wellington's absence. He's the 2nd in command. And then the head of the Netherlands Division, which I guess is Perponder. They're all dead. How nice. I don't know why AI does that. They always put their leaders out there. Okay, then the other one is the supply unit. That's an automatic victory. So I execute the melee. And it becomes my supply unit. I capture it with 150 supplies. Plus, I interdict the road now. Well, I don't have to because I interdict it up here and I occupy it down here. So that was highly successful. Anybody else I want to melee? Well, there's a lot of skirmishers here. But my experience is, since they're not surrounded, no matter what odds I melee them at, they'll get the withdrawal. And they're disordered already, so they'll be disordered again, but that doesn't matter. So I'd like to melee them, but it doesn't make much sense. If I had them surrounded, I would melee them. Oh well. Now let's see. I don't think I have any melees on... No, I don't, on the Ligny battlefield. So that concludes my portion of the turn. Now let's see where these allies move. Okay. Now we're moving north here to try to get out of the cauldron. And what are they doing here? I can't tell. Oh, they're moving out too. This guy just moved back. These 2 guys are still in square. So they only moved back 1 hex. They still think these guys might charge them. Okay, we got movement here. Okay, the cavalry is withdrawing. That's Merlin's cavalry brigade, I'm pretty sure. This one is still staying there. What we got going on here? Oh, this guy's, instead of pursuing me now, he's going back up here. He should pursue me to see where I'm going and what I'm going to do. Okay, these guys, they advanced 1 hex. Boy, they're really afraid. Okay, so these guys are building up. Oh, they might think I'm coming up that road after them, but I'm not. I just want to hold them back. So look at them. Christ, they're building up this big grouping of units in fear. Okay, these guys Where's this Wagnally? Okay, they're coming down, and I guess they want to attack or try to get by me. These are just skirmishers, and get into Wagnally. Okay. Well, I'll try to hold them here and then pursue them from down here. I'm glad I moved these units up here because now they'll try to get in the way. That's what they always do. They send these skirmishers through to mess everything up in the backfield. But see, these guys are kept away from the road, which is my objective. What's happening here? Oh, that was it. French defensive fire. Okay. Let's do a jump back to... Oh! He's isolated and disordered. He stayed there because he can't get away. I've got a zone of control behind him. That's the only reason he didn't move away, and now I'm going to pound him shitless. 23 men. Ooh. 29. Pretty good. 6. So it's like 60 casualties. That was pretty good. I've got them in my grip. I'm not going to let go. No, these guys are going to fire on me because I'm in range, but that's okay. I got that battery. Ah, these skirmishers down here. See, I've expended all my skirmishers with these units, so I can't get behind. If I can just get 2 skirmishers behind them, I'll melee these guys. These skirmishers, well, I think they're tied to these units, so I don't think they can move forward, but maybe 1 or 2 of them aren't. If I can move them down the slot and get behind them, I can set these guys away. As it is, I'll fire on them. 7 men. Oh, 27. This guy's a firing fool. Oh, shit, he's low on ammo. I shouldn't curse. Well, I've got to bring one of these supply units forward. I guess this one here. My best unit, see, it figures. He's the one that's causing all the casualties. Oh, 41. Yeah, this guy's a killer, too. These guys are getting nailed now. Let's see. Yeah, 2. Keep forgetting that make that guy go in the line. I got to remember that next time. Oh. Okay, let's... Whoop. Before I fire, we've split apart here. So this square is inching forward. The square is staying put. Well, we'll blast the one. 43 men. Good shot. Give him a shot from this other battery. 50 men. That's pretty good. Yeah, that guy's disordered for sure. This guy back here is not disordered, but this one in front is, which is always good news. Okay, that's everything. We take the jump map and teleport myself to the Ligny front. I don't think there's any firing there. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I'm in line. How excellent. See, these... Next turn, these guys are going to move past, try to move past me. That's why, thank God, I've got this unit here, because he can go up there. So can one of these others, because... oh, and I can turn this artillery around. I'm not under any threat of anything coming up this road at this moment, so I can concentrate on these guys. So let's give them a blast. See how they like it. 25 men. Boy, that was a good shot. Shoot at these guys here. 4 men, yeah, typical. Okay, let's see if my artillery can blast this stack. Nope, still hidden. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh, that guy finally took off. That battalion here that was taking all that heat. Where'd he go? Well, he was disordered. There he is. So he flew across the stream and went over here. Well, This guy is in square. So let's see if I can give him a shot. Yep, 9 men. Casualties. Take this other gun. 8 men. Not too bad. 17. I think that's it. That wasn't too bad. Okay, now we'll see. Allied offensive fire. Let's see where he shoots. Over here he got 1 man. 2 men. No effect. No effect. Typical for skirmishers. 2 men. 1 man. Fatigue. 1 man. No effect. 2 men here. We're on the Ligny battlefield. 3 men. 2 men. Very low casualties. Allied melee. Oh, these 2 units are meleeing. So he got a successful melee down here. Let's look at it. Yeah. He disordered his whole stack of skirmishers, and he disordered my line regiment here. So I've got 475 men under the battery, so I'm going to shoot him point blank. He massed all his skirmishers, so see, I don't have to worry about him infiltrating my line. So I'm going to turn my firepower on this stack and blow it away. Now, he did me a big favor because he could have infiltrated my line and got behind me, and it would have been real hard for me to eliminate him. Instead, he massed all his skirmishers, and he did disorder one of my units, but that unit is half strength, but he can still fire, so I'm going to turn him around, bring this unit to bear, and move this skirmish behind him, and then give him a real blast. He's not going to be able to do anything against this artillery because I've got 475 men under him, and he's disordered. Excellent. Well, so I guess it's my turn. I might as well do this one. So you can see the arrow here is pointed off that way, so I can't fire on the stack, so I'm going to have to turn it. I've got only 6 movement points, but it's enough to turn the arrow. You see, I've turned the arrow to point to him. This guy's in line already, so he'll go next to him. Very nice. This is a skirmisher. Then this engineer unit. I'll move down here. Try to trap these guys. This one too. Then I've got a skirmisher back here. I'll move down. Oop, come on. Oh, these damn skirmishers. He's tied to a unit up here, so he won't move any further. I think they can only move like 3 hexes away from their parent unit, which is a shame. Okay, but I have these 2 guys up here. I'll try to surround these guys. Oh, look! We uncovered a full-strength battalion. Okay. Let's take this battalion and move them down there. All right, we're in pretty good shape here. Let me go back to Quatre Bras. I want to make sure I can do things consistently. so I don't forget anything. Okay, so this guy's in column up here. We're going to put him in line in case anything comes down the road, because we are going to have units coming down the road there. Meanwhile, I want to pound this guy, so we've got, oh geez, where have I got a supply unit? Nothing around there. I've got 2 here. Okay, I've got to put them on the road going north. Because I am going to run out of ammo, so I want to make sure I'm supplied. So these, oh, that's in column. So we want to put him in line to deliver. This guy's in column, so we'll put him in line. Now I'll be able to really deliver some firepower against this surrounded unit. Now this guy's in column, so I'm going to put him in line. Now are these guys still disordered? Yep, which means I don't have to be afraid of them, so I'm coming out to shoot at them. This guy's in column, I'll put him in line. So that's what happens when you always want to try to disorder the cavalry opposite you, even if it disorders one of your own units, even a battalion, because sometimes it's really worth it, because without the ability to charge, and you cannot charge while you're in disorder, the cavalry is pretty weak. When it charges, it triples its attack value. When it's disordered, it's half its attack value. And typically, cavalry cannot fire. I mean, the dragoons can if they go into foot mode. But this cavalry can't fire. So I can shoot back at him. I can shoot at him effectively, and he can't reply. That's the position you want to be in. Now, these 2 battalions here, I'm going to try to close off this road here. They're still in column, fortunately. Now, one of them, I'm going to block off. I don't think I can change formation. Oh, yeah, I can, but I'm not facing the right way. My arrow's facing here, so I can't fire at him, but I'm in line. This guy is in a village. I hate to move him out of there. What I'm going to do, since these guys are unopposed, I'm going to send a couple of them to the road. This guy's in column, which is good. Oh, wait. This is a job for cavalry. We'll send this cavalry regiment to the road. There. Blocks the road. So the British now are bottled up here. And I've got to get this artillery into this chateau defense area up here. It's going to move like a snail. Well, move 2 hexes. That wasn't bad. Okay. Because with the hedges and everything, it's a good protection. And it can fire down the road here. I know there's going to be a significant amount of British stuff moving down this turnpike. So I'm going to be able to fire at it from a strong position and force it to divert either through these crop areas, which is really going to slow it down, or through the crop area this way. And this way, the British have units coming down this pike. The problem is you've got this big old forest here, which will kill them if they have to move cavalry through it. It'll disorder it. So they're in a tough spot here. They're in a real tough spot. I would hate to be them. They can try to take this road around to the rear. like up here, they can try to take this road. So I'll have to divert some unit here to go up this road to make sure they don't try to work around me. Okay, so that takes care of that. So oh, you think I'm going to attack you, huh? Well, I'm not. We're going to block you in and wait for the First Corps to attack you. So I'm going to get up here. Oh, look, here's something else that popped up. 2 other units. Since I got on this high ground, now I can see them. I don't know what's down here. If it's skirmishers or 2 line battalions, but we'll soon see. So I blocked him from trying to escape to the north, so all he can do is run through these woods, go on this road and run through the woods, which is way away from everybody else. So these guys are cut off now. And then I want to move a cavalry unit here so they don't run off through this crop area. Now, look at this. This artillery battery is facing this direction, like southeast. So it exposes this rear to me. So guess what? I'm going to attack it. And I'll attack it with the other. Jesus, they're like 1,000 cavalry is going to attack it. I can't charge it because I'm not set up right. Oh, Jesus. These are too big to stack together, so it won't even let me stack them. But that's okay, because this one is going to move up here and attack it from this direction. Now see, the guns are pointed down here, so he cannot fire on either unit. And this battalion can't fire on me because, see, the arrow is pointed down here. So this is like a perfect attack position. Neither of these 2 cavalry regiments can be fired on, yet they can both attack the artillery. My first goal is to get rid of artillery, enemy artillery. My second goal is to get rid of enemy cavalry. If I can do that, I'm real happy, because then, you know, I just have the infantry to deal with. So that's excellent. Now we've got the infantry. It's 2 more moves before they get to the battlefield. The cavalry, I eventually want to move up this road. So I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to face them, like if I'm going to charge. Let me reface each of these. And I'm going to sit right there because it's 2 turns before. Ooh, one's a lancer. They're killers for a charge. Because it's 2. Oh, this is a lancer too. What about these other guys? 2 lancers. That's impressive. So I'm going to sit here, and if they do advance, I will charge them. But I'm just basically going to sit here and wait for this infantry to come up. Let me take the rest of my moves here. Let's put some more supply on the road. Now's the time, I guess. And oops. Some supply, move up here. And I don't think we need to be back here guarding the road anymore. Well, finally, I'll put this column in line and he'll be able to contribute his part. This guy's going to run out of ammo. He's disordered. This guy's out of ammo. Now the supply unit has to be either 3 or 4 hexes away. I guess we'll find out. I might be 1 hex too many in order to supply him. Thinking it's about time I move these guys out. To 108. Right there. I'm going to move him back to his parent unit. This guy's 108. Right down here. .172. He's with this guy. I'll keep these 2 guys here until I eventually force these guys to retreat or blow them apart, and then I'll reabsorb them. I'll have to see how you do that. I guess probably just Control S. Okay, I'm going to move these guys up. I'll leave this engineer here. You never can tell. I may get some unit that was hidden in the woods or something. So I want to deny them the road. Now, since I'm fighting up here, I want to send some of this supply down the road in this direction so they don't run out. We'll send 2 of them there. Now, got all these units here. What are they going to do? Well, first of all, we'll unlimber this artillery. This is why I have the artillery on top, so I can see what direction it's facing. So we'll start blasting these these 2 columns and squares. We'll just blast them apart. In fact, he can't go all the way down here. I'm going to send that's as far as he can go. There. I'm going to send him there. And both of these artillery are going to concentrate on these guys to rub them out as soon as possible. I probably shouldn't have sent this guy in his next to him. That was a mistake. I should have sent him on top of the artillery battery. Oh well, I'll take a little fire. But when you're in square, you're reduced to 25% of your combat value, so it might not be that bad. Now, what do I want to do with this division? Well, I'm blocking the road already, so anything that's here, the First Corps can deal with it. So I'm going to go north up this, maybe up this road in the woods. So I'm going to head up this road, and they get behind these British units. So we'll see if they run away. If they had any brains, they'd run away. Because if I get behind them, and these guys will be on the road next turn, so I'll move this cavalry up and cut them off. And then I'll hopefully blast apart this whole the cavalry brigade, which I think is Merlin's. So the French are doing a lot of stuff here. Now we've got this artillery, so I'll take him with me. Be able to use him for something. This is working out very well. Take this leader up there. Now I'm doing pretty good in Quatre Bras. What are these guys? Wow, dream come true. They're cavalry. So guess what? They're going up this road. Isn't that excellent? So I won't have to worry about my flank. And then I'll interdict the British road coming south. Let's see how they like cavalry on their flank. Plus I got an artillery battery with it. This is just perfect. You can see this road cuts across this road here, but it also cuts across it up here. And the British, I know they've got units coming down, because this goes to Belgium, Brussels, the capital of Belgium. So that's where Picton's division, which is an elite division, and other British divisions, they were quartered around Brussels. So they're coming down this road. So I'm going to have the cavalry now on their flank. And that is going to be just perfect. Plus with some artillery, I can bang away at them. So this cavalry unit was at the right place at exactly the right time. And, well, I've moved that supply unit, but I'll follow them up with one supply unit. Okay, I'm going to hold these guys in the fort for one more turn. We'll see what happens with these skirmishers. If I can kill them off, I'll have these skirmishers rejoin their unit. Because if I left them behind, they'd be stationary. They wouldn't be able to move. Okay, that's everything on the battlefield. Now it's bringing up these boys. Yeah, they're one turn away. Well, one more turn away. They will have a big influence. The French are really doing well on this battlefield without them. But with them, it's going to be crushing. Because I'll slough off a division to take care of those isolated British in the south with all the skirmishers. So we'll see how long they stick around. And with the other two divisions, I'll keep moving north along this pike to Quatre Bras, and hopefully I'll have that area cleaned out by the time these guys get there, which will probably be another 3 or 4 turns. So the first division will be diverted off, and then the second and third will keep going north along this road. So I've got the British in a very tight place. They're all broken up. Their artillery is getting decimated. Their cavalry is getting decimated. And without that cavalry, they can't plug gaps. So things are going swimmingly for the French on this front. And it's turn 10. So I got 26 more turns. I really think I'll be able to finish off the British. Jesus, better check the timing on this. 1 hour and 12 minutes. Well, we're going to end this video, and then I'll continue this on another video. Where's my hand here?